welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Konnichiwa.
Oh, bit of the local language.
Here's the thing, Nelson.
Yeah.
We will be traveling to Japan soon, you and I.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Not quite when this is out,
Yeah.
but I want you to get accustomed to hearing that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Let's do as much of this show as we can in Japanese.
I don't know what the Japanese for guess is. I know it in so many languages, but not Japanese.
Do they say okay?
Yeah, okay. Very, yes.
I know mizu.
Yep, water.
I know sushi.
Chai.
Chai.
Yeah, we've both done the first Duolingo.
Yeah. Arigato. Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay.
Or as the Japanese say, we don't know.
Let's get into it. Many of them speak English.
Yeah. Okay. This is by Lying Wife Dog. Am I the arsehole for checking my husband's dashcam footage on his car without consent?
I mean, judging by their username, yes.
Yeah.
Some kind of lying wife dog.
Lying wife dog. I, 34 female, live with my husband, 37 male, and daughter, 7 female. My daughter and I recently went on a short trip out of state while my husband stayed as he had work and was supposed to look after our dog. On the last day of our trip, we got a call from my husband who was acting distraught and said that our dog Ellie had run away and that he could not find her. He claimed she just bolted away from him in the park into some bushes and he could not find her. Our dog is quite small, a mini poodle mix, and almost 13 years old. She is still active, but it is really unlike her to run away from us, and I was suspicious, but chose to believe my husband and my husband. Me and my daughter were in grief, but did not want to blame him. When we came back home, he seemed surprisingly okay, unlike us. Ever since the pandemic, my husband started working from home, and he has always been annoyed at how much attention we gave Ellie and hated how Ellie begged to sit on our laps and his while he worked. A few days later, we got a call from an animal rescue in a neighboring state quite far from us that she had been found. I picked the phone, and it was on our landline, which we almost never use these days, but it was the contact on the microchip. That was not information that was important to the story. I told my husband... We still use a landline. Can you believe it? I told my husband, and he just said, "That is great. I'm so happy." But it felt kind of blunt and insincere. I said it is strange that she got so far, and he responded that someone must have stolen her and then abandoned her. This made little sense to me as to why that would happen. When he was out drinking with his buddies, I copied the videos from his dashcam for the days I was away and saw that he had indeed taken Ellie far out of state and clearly dropped her in front of his car, thrown a frisbee-like object into a field, yelled "fetch," and drove off without her. I was livid and confronted him when he just stupidly muttered how he dropped her there so she could find a farm and have a better life, and then the next day got really angry at me for viewing his dashcam and called me and my daughter assholes.
No, you're not the arsehole here.
Yeah,
I just want to make that clear.
It's very obvious.
Is a dash cam akin to like a text chain or something where it's very, very private?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not.
No.
Let's be honest. I feel like it's fair game for anybody who has
also,
access to that footage.
You're checking it because he's acting suspiciously.
Yeah. How much bullshit is him being like, I dropped her there so she could find a farm?
Complete bullshit.
It's like, well, take her to a farm.
Also,
Don't leave her just like at the side of the road or anything, even if you truly believe that.
It's also, he wasn't annoyed at the dog because it's like, I kept biting his balls every day or something. He's annoyed at the attention that it was getting.
Yeah.
And that it wanted to sit on people's laps.
Yeah. It's so dumb.
That's so dumb.
What a jealous asshole.
Yeah. Of a dog.
It's
also 13. Doesn't have that long left.
Yeah, that's true. So what you're suggesting, Emma, is put it down. It was cruel of him to just leave it somewhere. Could have just put it down.
What would his game plan have been now that they're like, oh, we found the dog, we'll return it to you? He'd be like, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah, yeah.
He ran away again. Even further.
Yeah, yeah. This time to Alaska. I think. I don't know.
Sadly took a flight to get there. That's
yeah. What do you do in this situation?
I don't
The
know.
wife. Because I'm like, well, that's fucking insane behavior.
She called the wife and daughter assholes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because like it's basically like
choose the dog over him.
yeah. I mean you would, but then it's sort of something like, okay, let's try to let's pretend that he didn't do this.
Yeah.
But he just hated the dog.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be around it anymore. Even then, what do you do?
Yeah. Look, that's not ideal, but it is workable.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, all right, well, if he's working there, you keep the dog out of there or whatever. Like, I'm sure many families have lived through that situation.
Yeah.
Where normally the dad is indifferent to a dog's presence.
Yeah, seems very stereotypical, doesn't it?
Yeah. Actually, the stereotype is that the dad's like, I don't want no bloody dog. And then they're the ones that are like hugging the dog at night.
Yeah, yeah.
But trying to abandon a dog.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how would you go for, let's say you've got Bandit, you and Alan.
Yeah.
If you found out that Alan tried to abandon Bandit somewhere, what'd you do?
Oh my God, I never even think about that.
You found out that she went to a local dumpster. She put Bandit in the dumpster. Came to you, was like, I don't know what's happened.
By the way, he'd still be there just sleeping.
Yeah.
The exact way. He wouldn't have moved a muscle.
You get a call from the local pound or whatever, like, we found your cat. He seems indifferent to leave.
Yeah, he's very sleepy at the moment. Oh, God, that'd be so hard. I think I'd be like, oh, man, this is such a difficult situation. I've never thought about it before.
And unfortunately, you can't flip it back on me.
I know, because Meg sucks.
Yeah, you'd be like, what would you have... if Stacey got rid of Meg? It's like, oh...
Yeah. Celebrate, I guess. Yeah. Get a dog. Yeah. I think... Okay. I'm forcing myself to make a decision here.
And you've now proved that she did this, by the way.
Okay.
Like similar to like the dash cam. Like you've got proof that she put Bandit in the dumpster.
Yeah. Then kicked the dumpster. I actually think that I would adopt Bandit out.
Yeah.
And I think I'd sort of forgive her in a way.
Yeah, right.
Which is weird.
What if she did all of that and she called me and you assholes?
Oh, well, that's...
In ways, I am your daughter.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's crossing the line, obviously. Nobody calls me an asshole and gets away with it.
So you would make sure Bandit was rehomed in an appropriate area, but ultimately you'd have to choose Alan.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean,
because
probably,
to me,
right?
I think they'd be like, I'm like, oh, you're obviously like really struggling with this. Like, I didn't think so because you talk about how much you love him all the time. But I'd be like, because I think I would just have to be like, there's something deeper going on here.
Yeah.
That's like, your mental state is not good with this.
And look, maybe that's what's happened with this husband.
Yeah. It makes me now think that this is like...
Now that we've talked that through, you think, like, was he just going through something?
It's still a pretty insane thing to actually do.
Yeah.
But once he's done it, I feel like I'm more lenient on forgiving it.
It's like...
strange.
When there was that video that went viral of the lady on the plane. And they were like kicking her off the plane and she's like, that motherfucker's not real or whatever. And
she didn't have a baby. It was like a cat or something.
Something like that. And people were making fun of her.
Yeah.
When I watched, I was like, that woman's clearly not okay.
Yeah.
Like, she's having a break.
Yeah.
Like, people should probably ease up. Because as funny as what she was saying might be, she's not okay and she probably needs help.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. That was an insane video. Anyway, let's move into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Cinco de Mayo fan.
Okay.
I got that right, just in case anybody was wondering.
It's just a weird name.
What is the first inappropriate for your age movie you remember watching? In brackets, not porn.
Ooh. I had a weird thing in our house where my dad had exceptions to the rules.
Okay.
What we can and can't watch.
Oh.
If it was crude, I remember wanting to see Scary Movie, for example. I must have been about 11 when that came out. And he was like, nah, it looks vulgar, it looks crude.
Yeah.
But he took me to see, in the cinemas, Black Hawk Down. Because, importantly, he wanted to see that.
Yeah. He didn't want to see Scary Movie.
If he thought it looked pretty good
Yeah.
and wanted to see it, it's probably all right.
Yeah,
It'll be all right.
Yeah, that's funny.
So it's definitely a war movie.
Yeah.
Because my dad loves war movies.
Yeah, okay.
As for which one in particular, it could have been Saving Private Ryan, it could have been Black Hawk Down, it could have been any number of those.
Yeah.
Watching Band of Brothers on TV when it released.
Right.
I don't know what war movie, but it was some kind of war movie.
Funny you say that because my first one was... No, I didn't really watch this, actually. It was Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
And I remember my brothers being old enough to watch it. Is it an R movie?
Yeah.
Which means I reckon maybe my brothers were just old enough, which makes me like 11 or 11 or 12 or something. But what I did was so they were watching it in the rumpus room, and my bedroom was kind of off the rumpus room. And then they told me, and my parents said, hey, Nelson, you can't go down there and watch it. But I just happened to need to go to my room and then back out again lots of times. And every time I walked past, they're like, Nelson! And I'm like, I'm not watching it. I'm just walking past to my room. And obviously, so I saw probably 20 seconds of that movie in total.
And the thing that's funniest is 11-year-old you would have hated that movie. It's not what you think it is.
Yeah.
It's like a meditation on what war does to humans. It's it's not the big gory action film you're expecting it to be when you hear that.
Yeah.
Like half of it's at the military base.
Yeah.
It's kind of about how they break down men to become soldiers and whatever.
Jarhead.
Yeah.
But one that actually sticks with me, and again, I didn't actually finish watching this film, was, have you heard of the movie Chicken Park?
Chicken Park?
Yes.
No.
It was a spoof of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, okay.
And it wasn't widely known or anything, but back in the days when Blockbuster existed, I don't know what the circumstance was, because it was, I just remember it happened to be a very unusual occasion where my mum took me to Blockbuster and said, pick whatever you want. And I wasn't having a friend over or something, which was normally the thing to do, or there wasn't an event going on. It was she needed to occupy just me.
It had to keep you busy.
Yeah, and there was no, my siblings weren't around or
and she's
anything.
like, no, put Full Metal Jacket back. Still can't watch that one.
Yeah, I reckon this would have been even younger than when I tried to sneak watch Full Metal Jacket. But...
Have you ever watched it in full yet, or do you still just walk through rooms where people are watching?
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable.
You're slowly piecing it together.
Yeah, exactly. But I put on this film. So then I found it, and because I must have watched Jurassic Park, and I was like, oh my God, this will be a fun spoof movie. And then not that far into it, I mean, it was bad already, but there was some nudity, boobs, and lots of adult jokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And I remember being at the age where I was like, I think I like boobs.
Okay.
But also I know I'm going to get in trouble if my mum comes in this room. So I think I kind of watched a little bit. I might have even fast forwarded through parts, but I wasn't really enjoying the movie anyway. And then, and then eventually I think I was like, no, I got to stop this because I don't want my mum to come in and be like, hey, what's all these boobs over the screen for?
So I've just found this movie on IMDb.
Yeah.
I can tell you it's got a rating of 2.6 out of 10.
Yeah, yes. Not surprised.
Yes. Does not star anyone that I know.
that anyone knows. Actually,
No.
Cappy.
Wow, this I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
And the top review, featured review, said, "I thought this was a horrible joke."
Yeah, yeah. It's not good.
Yeah,
It's not good at all.
yeah,
But there are boobs in it, Cambo. So
Wow.
if you're in it for the boobs.
yeah. I remember as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
if you were watching something and there's nudity, your thought was like, "I hope this is over soon." 'Cause
Yeah, yeah.
At any point, your parents could walk in the room.
Yeah. Or sometimes it would be like, I feel like occasionally it would pop into just a movie that the family's watching.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
there were those times too. And you're like, this is so awkward. Do I look at my parents? Do I look away from the TV? Like, I don't know what to do here.
I remember my first experience with that feeling was
Yeah.
the movie Titanic.
Oh.
My parents went and saw it first to check that it was, it was okay.
Really?
And I
That's
remember them, even them debating, we think it's probably okay.
Okay,
And in hindsight now, it was probably just that scene.
Yeah,
that they were thinking. And I remember
Yeah.
for the first time as a kid being like, oh,
Were you like,
don't like this feeling.
yeah, yeah. Were you also questioning why they were smoking in the car?
I think, no, I got that.
Yeah.
I think I was obviously still young enough where I think I was like, ew,
Yeah.
But I remember it still being uncomfortable.
Yeah. Funny. All right, Kebe. Let's move on to Today I Advice. So now it's time for Today I Learned. What the Today I Learned. And also sometimes advice. This Today I Learned was by Paradoxical State. Today I learned that when Apple began designating employee numbers, Steve Jobs was offended that Wozniak received number 1 while he got number 2. He believed he should be second to no one, so he took number 0 instead. I think this is just like friendly reminder to say, even some people who we might admire in some cases are still wankers.
Also, Steve Jobs is a dick.
Yeah,
Even at the time, people knew he was a dick.
yeah, yeah.
Abandoned his daughter. He's a proper not a good guy. Made great products.
Yeah.
Well, bullied people into making great products for him. It actually seems to be the case.
Yeah.
Where people are like, that's impossible. It's like, I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
Make it.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I guess we made it. He's like, I told you can make it. I'm
Yeah.
good, aren't I?
Yeah, yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah, it's just like such a vain thing. You're like, who gives
By the
a
way,
shit?
Wozniak should be number 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude built the Apple II.
yeah.
Wozniak should absolutely be number 1.
Yeah, it's just
And the
so
fact
funny.
that he didn't want it makes him deserve it even more,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sure he'd be like, I'd be happy to be number 2. Like, no, that's what makes you number 1.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't understand.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And also I like to think that being 0 in any list makes it so much more annoying for anybody else because everything always starts at 1. So it's like when you're doing some, I don't know, formatting or whatever, and you're like, no, we have to go this list at 0 and not 1. So annoying. But anyway, I guess karma's a bitch, Mariah Cameron. Well, maybe that's rude. Is it too soon?
Nah.
Nah, it's fine. Karma's a bitch, Steve.
The dude had cancer and didn't do proper cancer treatments because
Oh,
he
yeah, he
thought there
did,
was
like-
he wanted to do more like natural remedies.
Yeah, yeah.
So the arrogance did kind of kill him in the end.
Remain. Yeah, yes. Here's another one. This one's just really interesting. This is by San Andreas. Today I learned Emma Gibson, frozen as an embryo in 1992, was born in 2017 to a mother born in 1991.
This
fucking
melts my brain.
Yeah. That is so incredible.
Yeah.
That that is that we as a society, our science has evolved to such a state where that's possible. That's
It'd
so
be
incredible.
interesting to find if even as an embryo frozen, purely just by existing in the world, purely by osmosis, she has got all of this 90s pop culture knowledge that she doesn't know why.
Yeah.
Because 2017, she's like, 5 years old maybe? Ish?
Yes,
roughly,
that's
6
right.
maybe?
Yeah.
And she's just like, I have this memory
Yeah.
of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch? What is that? Like, wow, that was actually really big around about the time that you were frozen.
Really crazy that you know this stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine if that was a thing. So many people would freeze embryos, right? And don't you reckon then that would be like that would be the way you have kids. You're like, hey, honey, do you want a kid? Sure. Let's obviously not have sex. We'll go and get an embryo that was frozen
in the 90s, because
in
then
the
they could talk about
90s.
Ninja Turtles with us.
Yeah. Because I don't want to know what they thought about Casey Jones. No, because then it would be like they could have so much intelligence already as a baby.
Oh, yeah, so they've just kept learning the whole time they were an embryo.
It's learning the whole time. Interesting. Here's another one, okay, should I?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. This is by Mankles. Today I learned Americans have accumulated $21 billion worth of unused gift cards. Almost 2/3 of people have a card and a half. Oh, have a card, and half of those will likely lose the gift card before using it.
Yeah, it's gift cards. First of all, I hate gift cards.
Yeah.
But gift cards, at least I know in some businesses, are like a huge liability as well. It's why point systems now kind of exist.
Oh, right.
This idea of like there is this certain value of cards out in the world, and if everyone did suddenly spend it, you would actually take a huge hit for your business. So they are trying to always incentivize use of gift cards in some way.
Yeah. So there's also a reason why, and I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, but in Australia, you by law, all gift cards have to have an expiry date.
Yeah.
And I think it even might have a maximum date of maybe like 2 years, 5 years or something like that.
The minimum just got extended a couple of years ago. I think the minimum used to be 1 year.
Right.
And I think that was seen as like probably not long enough. You need to have, I think, 3 years now.
Right.
I don't speak with any real confidence on that, but I have a feeling that's true.
But the reason for this is because of it's because of a tax reason, which is that until you can't claim that money basically until the money has expired, because otherwise somebody could come in and claim more of that. It's about like it's not yours until it's spent. That's why it has to expire, because then that means it's definitely spent.
Yeah.
And that's why, because, I think people are always like, oh, why does there have to be? But to me, it actually kind of does make sense. But funnily enough, when I was working for the arcade game company, we had a just old school coin in the machine type thing. And then we introduced a card system. And my boss really wanted this card system to be approved. So he made it seem like we would make a lot more money just off people spending money on the machines themselves. But that's not the case. The money that it came from was people having leftover change on their cards. Like, a few cents over thousands of people adds up. But we couldn't add that to our budgets that he had already increased by heaps. So, because he's like, yeah, we'll make tons of money. So then our business model looked really bad for a year, and they were like, oh my God, we spent so much money on this and we have nothing to show for it. But then now there's like years later, they're like, oh, it turns out we were up like, and it's a significant amount. It's crazy how much, these gift cards accumulate over time. Like, I'm with you. I hate the idea of gift cards. Don't ever give somebody a gift card, really. It's that funny thing of like, oh yeah, give them a gift card because you kind of like targeting the thing that you know about them. It's like kind of personal because like, you like
but know this.
outdoor stuff? Go.
Everyone loves money. That's
Everybody
what we
loves
like.
money. Just they can use all the money. And you know what? These days, just transfer.
Yeah.
Write in a card, hey, I transferred you $20.
Yeah, that's a good point. Don't give me cash.
Yeah.
Don't give me cash.
I don't want cash anymore. But yeah, so that's our red hot advice. All right, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Uranus 6. When we can record our dreams, everyone is going to have to get used to seeing themselves in some pretty crazy sexual situations in somebody else's dream recording.
this person has tickets on themselves, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no.
They're
They're
like, obviously people are going to be dreaming about me.
everybody's thinking about having sex with me.
Yeah.
That's how I get into.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of one person that might, and she admits that I don't appear in her dreams.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's
I don't know. I don't know if I'm making appearances.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is a funny concept though, because it's one of those products, right, where I feel like maybe in future science could read brainwaves to such an extent that you could replicate dreams. But it's a product that nobody would want. I don't think anybody's going to be like, I think it might even get to the point where it gets invented because people think they want it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, comes out in all these dreams and they have these really like effed up dreams, stuff that like, you know, they might like cheat on their partner or something and their partner finds out and they're like, but it was just a dream, but it makes it so much more real when you can see it.
You know how I think it would be used if this existed?
Yeah.
Like a dash cam. Where you log them all, and if something comes up and you need to know.
Right.
So I might have said to you, I had the dream the other night, it would have made the best movie.
Yeah.
I can't, it was something, it's like a castle or something. You go, let me check. And you'd watch it and probably go,
yeah, wasn't
actually.
that good? Yeah.
Actually, this is the movie. I've accidentally dreamed the plot of a movie.
Yeah. But then would you have to pay like likeness rights? Because if I dream of, you know, Leonardo DiCaprio.
You dream a movie.
And then he's like, hey,
I'm
not getting anything paid like this.
Yeah, maybe. The other thing is I think it would be used by like psychiatrists, maybe, or maybe even just like say someone has like PTSD and they commit a crime. And you could probably look back and go, oh, they've been look at these dreams they're having. They're clearly are not in their right mind. They're having nightmares all the time. We
need to up it to memories, don't we?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure there was a Black Mirror episode on this.
Yeah. I think it worked out all right.
Yeah. It was a happy story in the end. Yeah, actually, that's really interesting. I actually do love the concept of that, being able to record memories. In fact, on the Black Mirror episode, one thing that they do is he goes for an interview and then he replays it. And I always thought about the opposite of that too, where the interviewers are also going back and replaying. So it's like you can't get away with, you know how sometimes you're like, I reckon I bullshitted that question really well. But it's like, no, you actually have to know your stuff now, because if somebody replays it maybe in the moment and them thinking back on it, they're like, they nailed that question. But
you can review it.
But if you can review it, they may be like, no, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He just blew hot air up my ass. But I like the idea of storing memories like that. Here's another one. This is by Ration. Horses are the most farted on animal ever.
Like we go from a really in-depth thing about, what would it mean to capture dreams and memories, and how would that be applied?
Yeah.
Also, probably fart on a horse.
But honestly, it's true.
Yeah. Especially because of the constant movement as well, like the up and down, up and down. I reckon it's just like slowly forcing them out.
Yeah. They should ban soft drinks, sodas at any stables.
Though you've got a few layers between you and the horse. You've got quite a thick leather
and then there's
saddle.
The saddle as well.
And then there's a saddle blanket underneath that as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, unless you're farting real powerful.
Yeah.
I reckon the horse probably isn't really,
Really, it's just that. I mean, still probably the most farted on animal.
I guess so.
Even if you said, okay, it's only bareback horseback riding.
Yeah, it's still probably
still probably the most farted on animal.
Or like
Okay, and here's the real question: what's the second most farted on animal?
Like a camel, maybe?
Oh,
still using it across deserts and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what animals are being farted on in like disgust.
Yeah, I mean, in many ways, like
could be cats.
A lot of animals fart on us, like cats and dogs. and stuff.
Yeah. They're the fart on us, but and
we don't fart on them as like near enough.
Yeah.
To the amount
ratio,
they fart on us.
is all wrong. Yeah, because I think with my cat, like sometimes he gets in a position and I need a fart. Like if he's between my legs, I need a fart.
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's true.
on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there are more cats are farted on than horses.
Yeah, at least directly.
Directly.
Yeah.
Direct farting.
Indirect farting, horses would take the cake.
Yeah. All right, Kemi, let's get into podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing, and we do it ourselves.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Yeah.
No. I'm actually bringing back an old podnapping
Oh,
because this is one I think I need to every now and again.
okay.
Originally, this podnapping was called Was Nelson Listening?
Oh, no, I don't like this.
And
one.
it's a bit of an audit
Yeah,
because we're now more than halfway through the year.
yeah.
We've done many podnappings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to educate you, Nelson.
Oh, okay.
And I want to make sure the things I'm teaching you are sticking in your mind.
Oh, okay, yep.
So I've pulled out a
need
question or a piece of information from a bunch of different podnapping I've done throughout the year
Yeah.
because I want to make sure you remember.
I need that memory recording device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a way, this is a podnapping audit for you
Okay.
to make sure. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do them again
Oh,
if needs be.
yeah, that's fair enough.
How do you think you'll go memorizing facts that I've taught you in podnappings?
I actually think last time I did a really good job of this.
I think you did all right, yeah.
So,
Okay. The
100%.
first podnapping is from a podnapping I did called Was It Something I Said?
okay.
I believe this was maybe from Six and Specs. Here's a quote,
Yeah.
and it's three options of who said it.
Oh, God. Okay.
The quote is, I can go into a restaurant and everyone will get up and clap if they recognize me.
Ooh, yeah.
Was that Rupert Murdoch, Lady Gaga, or Ugandan dictator Idi Amin?
I think it was Rupert Murdoch.
Well done, yay,
But
well
I'm pretty
done.
sure I guessed wrong the first time, perhaps.
But
I'm
you've
pretty
remembered
sure
it,
I've
which is
remembered.
what we want to
Yeah,
know.
that's
That's
good,
good.
that's
That's good.
good.
I also
Let's
have,
see if anybody, I mean, we probably spoke about this exact thing, but if anybody's fucking going
Yeah, I
to
know.
clap
Clapping.
Rupert Murdoch.
unless they work for Fox News and they
Yeah,
it's contractually have to.
yeah. Maybe you meant slapping. They all slap. If they recognize me, I'll get slapped.
I've also pulled a couple of quotes from Us
Okay.
and see if you can remember who said them.
Okay. Yep.
If I ever go to a family sport day, I'm going to buy myself a ton of first place ribbons. No matter how many more my family wins, I'll always just up it by one. I won 3 ribbons. Really? Well, I won 4. Who said that, me or you?
I do vaguely remember this conversation. And I'm going to say me.
It is you.
Yeah,
well
yeah.
done.
Only because I thought what a genius idea that is.
Yeah. And this is another one. Who said this, me or you? Mm-hmm. Girls at a bar. Hey, what are you drinking? Wine. What wine? Oh, yeah? Did you know I've had sex with less than 12 people?
I don't know. I'll say you.
No, it's you.
Oh, no.
You gotta remember now. You gotta think, mate. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm here to educate you.
Yeah.
This is from the Podnapping. Explain a film plot badly.
Okay.
This is one you've already heard. What
Yep.
film is this? Mm-hmm. 2 factory workers run from authorities after kidnapping a kid.
Oh, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, well done, well
Yes.
done, well done.
I remember that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
This is from the Podnapping Blow It, in which it was mind-blowing facts.
Okay. Yes.
And I've turned this into a question.
Okay.
Can you tell me the mind-blowing fact about the distance between the Earth and the Moon?
Oh, yeah. Between the Earth and the Moon. Oh, the sun would fit? Something like insane like that? No, maybe that's
Yeah,
too
that's
insane.
not the
too
fact.
insane. Okay.
But
That's-
you're in the right.
It's like you could fit 10 other Earths or something in between. You could fit Saturn. You could fit Jupiter between.
Every planet in our solar system
Oh, every planet. Oh, yeah, it was
Fits
like way more.
between the Earth and the Moon.
Whoa, yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, which just speaks to the vastness of space.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh,
how
man.
far everything is.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to listen, mate. All right, you got to.
Oh, God, sorry.
This is from the Podnapping we did about fan theories. Can you tell me why the Scranton employees in the US office become so much weirder in later seasons? There's a fan theory about this that we talked about for some time.
Shit, fan theory. They become weirder.
Yes. So, like, for example, they talk about Kevin being pretty mundane guy, and then he becomes like an absolute idiot, rolling around the floor.
Was it something like a carbon dioxide leak or something in the office?
I'm going to give that to you.
Okay, yeah.
The series has a running joke in which Toby, he wants to crack down on radon poisoning.
Oh, yeah, right.
And part of the effects of radon poisoning are people's brains become affected.
Right, yeah.
So it's saying that over the many years he was right.
Yeah.
And it slowly has been poisoning them all. And they're slowly actually becoming dumber.
Right, yeah.
Which is why it happens. This was from the Podnapping about Fast and Furious trivia.
Oh, I'll nail this, don't you worry.
Which of the following has not happened in a Fast and Furious film?
Okay.
Stealing DVD players from a truck, stopping nuclear war, space travel, pulling a cargo plane down using cars, and stopping a spy satellite by hacking into the security system of the world.
Oh, they've all happened.
Yes, well done. Well done.
I remember. Yeah. Oh my God, that's why it's the best franchise ever. They stopped DVD.
No. They
oh,
were the
sorry,
thieves.
They stole DVDs.
Yeah.
And brought down Spy Satellites. So it's amazing. Yeah. It's an amazing franchise.
There's only 2 more left, actually. This is actually
Okay.
a lot shorter of a Podnapping than I was expecting.
Okay.
Time to do some padding.
Yeah.
How are you, Nelson?
I'm good. I could pad a little longer.
Yeah, we'll pad at the end.
Okay.
This is the Podnapping about parallel blockbusters.
Okay.
About 2 movies released at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell me which made the most money? No Strings Attached or Friends with Benefits?
I need to remember who's in them. Who's in what?
No Strings Attached is Ashton Kutcher and Natalie Portman. Friends with Benefits is Justin Timberlake, Mila Kunis.
Friends with Benefits made more. And not by much.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yes, 149.2 to 149.5.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Yeah, it's good. You got to listen, Nelson.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise facts. There's only a few weeks ago now.
Okay. Yeah.
Disney borrowed the features of Cruise's face and hair to make which character more appealing?
Disney did.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
This was the first Tom Cruise fact I told you.
Right. They borrowed his hair.
His face and hair.
Face and hair.
So this character essentially looks like Tom Cruise.
Yes. Oh no, I don't know if I can remember. For a was it like a cartoon character or something?
Animated character.
Oh, animated character, right? Like Prince Charming or something like that. I can't remember.
Aladdin.
Oh yeah, Aladdin. I remember now. Yeah, that's right. That's so ridiculous.
Look, if you want to pad more, there is other quotes from us if you want to guess them again.
Okay, sure.
First one is an easy one. If you don't get this, I think we need to stop the podcast.
Okay.
It's not what you think. It's for fraud. Which of us said that?
Oh, you said that.
I did say
yes,
that.
yes.
Yep. I think the best part of the podcast is all the interesting things that we don't come up with.
Yeah, it sounds like something I'd say.
You. Well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a good point, though.
Yeah.
It allows people to explore what we could have spoken about.
That's true. What about this one? It has brackets while working out some numbers. That's 60. Then that's 5. So 65. Damn, they should have done 69. Long pause. Sorry, I was just thinking about 69.
I don't know. Maybe that was me, I guess.
That was you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
What about this? It's all about being humble. Being humble enough to say, I'm kind of dumb.
Maybe you.
Yeah. I think it's got to the point now where we can tell who said what.
Yeah.
We've both got slightly different styles of the dumb jokes that we make.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Cool. Well,
We don't have any AMAs to throw
we don't
to
have AMAs at the moment.
because, full disclosure, we record this slightly earlier than normal.
Yes.
Normally we
Quite a
would've-
bit earlier, actually.
Yeah,
didn't we?
normally would have begged for them to come through so we look cooler.
Yeah. So write in now, definitely.
Yeah.
And probably in like 3 weeks' time we'll get to it. Yeah.
But how do you want to end big ending?
If you would like to write into us,
Ooh.
you can do so.
Yeah.
Reddit podcast, READIT podcast, gmail.com.
Yep.
An X. Not an X.
Don't go to X.
Don't go to X. Don't go to anywhere.
Yeah, don't go to Facebook. Don't go to X.
Here's
Follow me on Instagram if you want.
okay.
This is Cambo.
Okay, we're going to do this. I'm ending it on a high.
Yeah.
Fuckhead podcast listener up for grabs. Okay?
Yeah.
The person in the next 6 months
Yeah.
that sends in an AMA in the most unique fashion
Okay.
gets Fuckhead podcast listener.
Okay, so sends it in the most unique fashion.
If you get a carrier pigeon, that wins instantly. That's an instant win. I'll give you that one for free.
I'm going to put this out there. People have sent us stuff before, like
yeah.
food and whatnot.
Yeah.
I do not live at that address anymore.
Don't do that again.
Don't do that again.
No.
Have you sent us an email with a box full of food though?
Oh, that'd be rubbish.
I'm just saying, try and top it. So if you think someone else is going to do that, send even more food.
Oh, I see. I think you said email full of food.
No. Like they print out their email, put it in a box full of food, and send it to us.
Oh, I see.
Would you say that's pretty unique?
We're just asking for bribes now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that's what this whole thing was.
Somebody put it $1 million.
Essentially,
in
we're
there.
saying whoever bribes us the most in 6 months will become a fucking podcast
How
listener.
annoyed would you be if you would try to bribe us, but you didn't bribe us enough? You weren't the most bribiest.
Question, Nelson.
Yeah.
Of all the ways to become a fuckhead podcast listener, of which we said we will devise several,
Yeah.
is there an amount of money that we won't disclose that if someone offers us, say, for hypothetically $150,
Yeah.
someone says, I will transfer you $150,
Yeah.
will we grant them? Will we consider a number to sell? One, just one. One will be for sale.
Okay.
For a secret number.
Yeah, for just... And so what, if they hit that number?
Yes.
Then we say yes.
Yes.
But what if it's too high? Like, I mean, what? No,
Yeah,
what,
we don't want to be rejecting money, do we?
yeah, like if
Yeah.
they're like, I'll give you $500, we're like, oh, we were going to do it
it's
for
$320.
$30. Yeah. Do we say no? Do
Okay.
they have to hit? Is this a Price is Right? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah.
Do they have to hit the nail on the head?
I'm thinking for us,
Yeah.
they need to hit the minimum. So say we
Okay.
priced it at $118.
Yeah.
Anything over $108 is an automatic yes.
Oh.
We will accept that amount of money.
Okay, right.
So
Yeah.
if they offered 200, yes, we will accept 200.
Okay.
If they offer 117, no.
Oh, yes.
And we will not say warmer or colder.
Yeah. Well, I mean, then do they just have to keep going higher?
Yeah.
There.
But I'm hoping they'll be like, I must be way off, and they'll
Yeah.
offer a lot more.
$10,000.
Because if they said 117, we're like, oh, scorching hot.
Yeah.
We don't want them to give us $1 extra, do we?
Is there going to be a time limit on this too, though?
Nah.
But we're only giving it to one person.
Yeah.
So somebody could instantly try and just claim it straight away by giving it.
Yep.
But then,
If they're willing to spend money.
but then what if a person, we get multiple people writing in at the same time with different amounts?
Highest wins.
It's highest wins then.
In that situation,
Oh.
if they've come at equal, like a day apart
Yeah.
or whatever, and we can't fairly with time zones, etc., say this person was first,
Okay.
highest wins,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
in general, highest wins.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to because people might say, "Oh, this is capitalism."
Yeah.
Maybe to offset this, we need to also say we will one day assign one for someone who can prove to us they are most purest of heart. So then that way money can't buy that one.
Yeah.
But we will, in the short term, accept the money one.
Yeah, okay. Because that's easier to judge. This is going to be a lengthy process.
It also
for purest
benefits
of
us
heart.
more.
Yeah.
So most creative email
Okay.
in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Anyone over the secret number bidding.
Wait, I want to say for the most creative email.
Yeah.
I want to
unique.
Your most creative and unique correspondence. I feel like it doesn't have to be an email. Just clarifying.
Yeah. We're saying email in the broad term.
In the broad term of communication.
Yes. Yeah. If someone does a singing telegram or something.
Yeah. Oh, could that be the most creative and unique? Don't know.
Well, don't
know.
Anyway, that's it.
That's
write it. The point of this is write it.
Yeah, write it was the point. But that's it. So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.